Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Disparity. Noun. Disparate. A noticeable and significant difference, particularly in economic, social, or qualitative aspects, for example, income disparity, disparity in treatment, a lack of similarity or equality, incongruity. There is a significant disparity in wealth between the city's affluent north and its impoverished south. The study aimed to quantify the disparity in educational outcomes across different school districts. The wide disparity in their test scores was surprising, given they studied together. The report highlighted a glaring disparity between the company's public statements and its internal practices. Economists are concerned about the growing income disparity and its social implications. The disparity in resources available to the two teams made the victory for the underdogs all the more impressive. The judge noted the disparity in the sentencing for two defendants convicted of the same crime. A fundamental disparity in their core values eventually led to the dissolution of the partnership. The committee was formed from a group of disparate individuals with unique expertise. Her thesis attempts to synthesize disparate theories from the fields of sociology and economics. The detective struggled to find a connection between the two disparate pieces of evidence. The alliance was unstable because it was built upon the disparate goals of its members. The artist's work is a fusion of disparate influences, from classical painting to modern street art. Managing such a disparate group of international stakeholders requires considerable diplomatic skill. The two departments, though part of the same company, function disparately and with little communication. The tax law affected the socioeconomic groups disparately, burdening the middle class the most. Key tips for test takers: TOEFL, SAT, GRE, GMAT. Usage and importance. The core concept of disparity is inequality or difference, particularly an unfair or imbalanced one. Its adjective form, disparate, means fundamentally different or incapable of being compared. Likely question formats: synonym selection or sentence equivalence, GRE. You may be asked to choose two words that complete a sentence with the same meaning. Words like imbalance, inequity, gulf, or divide could be synonyms for disparity. For disparate, synonyms include different, divergent, distinct, or varied. Example: the blank in access to healthcare was the study's primary focus. Options: disparity, uniformity, consistency, chasm, similitude. Text completion, GRE or GMAT. Example: although the twins were raised in the same environment, their career choices were remarkably blank. Options: disparate, uniform, identical, predictable. Reading comprehension, all tests. Disparity is to equality as conflict is to harmony. Disparate is to homogeneous, as complicated is to simple. Common confusables: disparity versus parity. Parity means equality, especially in status or pay. Example, the two currencies reached parity. Disparity versus discrepancy. A discrepancy is a minor difference between two things that should be the same, often a specific error. Example, a discrepancy in a financial report. A disparity is a larger, often systemic inequality. Disparate versus desperate. A common homophone error. Disparate means different. Desperate means feeling or showing a sense of hopelessness. Disparity versus diversity. Diversity is a neutral or positive term for a range of different things. Disparity is a negative term highlighting an unfair inequality within that range. Relevant idioms or proverbs. The gap between the haves and the have-nots directly describes economic disparity. A tale of two cities, a tale of two worlds, a tale of two countries, used to highlight stark contrasts and disparities within a single entity. Level the playing field. This is the aspirational goal, to reduce or eliminate disparity to ensure fair competition.